The COB LED lights, the ones with the big chip, have become very popular over the past couple of years, with Aputure leading the way with their 300D, something we have used in the past to shoot our short film, The Asylum Groove. From our experience, the 300D is a very good light, but the main reason we haven't bought one is because of the price. So when a company called NiceFoto contacted us saying they have a light with a very similar design to the 300D, but is brighter and half the price, we weren't going to say no to trying it out. Welcome to the Film Look. Thanks to Premium Beat for providing the music we used in this episode. We recommend you check them out whenever you need a great track for your film. Visit their royalty-free library to see what we mean. We've added links in the description below. Just to say up top, NiceFoto did send us over the HA-3300B light to review, but everything in this video is our honest opinion. Let's start off with the specs of the light. We will be comparing this light to the Aputure 300D when we can, but we cannot do a side-by-side comparison as we do not own one. So everything we say about the 300D is from our experiences of using the light and some of the spec information Aputure provides. The HA-3300B is a 330 watt LED light. The output at 1 meter away with a standard reflector cone is 52,000 lux, or at an f20 at ISO 200 at 1/50th of a second. In the real world, this is well over a 2K light. The Aputure 300D has an output of 31,000 lux, or at f11 at ISO 200 at 1/50th of a second at the same distance and reflector cone. As you can see, at 100%, you would need to shoot at a higher f-stop to capture the correct exposure on the NiceFoto light. Basically, the NiceFoto light is brighter than the 300D. The colour temperature is 5600K, with the 300D being 5500, and both have a CRI rating of 95+. You can dim the light down in 10% increments all the way down to 10%. This doesn't give you as much control as you get with the 300D, where you can change the brightness at a percentage at a time, but in practice, 10% increments are enough. All of this is controlled on the light or via the wireless remote, and if you have a few of these lights, you can control them all from one remote. To keep the light cool, there are 3 fans built in, which work great. We've had the light running for a few hours and it stayed super cool. If people are concerned about the fan noise from these types of lights, don't be. If you are recording your audio correctly, your mic should be pointing toward your subject and not the light. Obviously, if you're this close to the light, you're going to hear the fan, but it's still not as loud as my dialogue. The main body of the light and the arm are made out of metal, but the knobs and the handle are made out of plastic. This is unlike the 300D, where most of the parts are made out of metal. This is where NiceFoto has saved money to make the light much cheaper. After using this light a bunch of times, it still feels like a high quality product and it's going to last a very long time. The light has a bones mount and comes with a reflector cone. The bones mount is the same one you get on the 300D, so you can attach all of the Aputure bones mount attachments like the Fresnel softbox and space light to this light. We're going to be making a video all about the bones mount and how many different light sources you can get from one light, so if you haven't already, consider subscribing. The light has a very similar power setup to the 300D. First, you plug in the DC cable into the light, then into the power adapter. The best thing about the power adapter is the strap, which allows you to easily attach it to a light stand. This is the biggest problem we had with the Aputure lights, as you had to hang the power and control panels off the light stand. This little strap makes it safer and saves on rigging time with the NiceFoto light. Next, you plug in the AC cable into the power adapter, which is 5 meters long. NiceFoto are releasing a V-Lock battery pack, so you can use the light with batteries. We have used this light to bring up the general ambient light in the room by bouncing it off a wall and a ceiling. We've also used it at night to shine more direct light into a scene to bring up the exposure on our character, which is something we wouldn't have been able to do before. We're also using it right now to light up this presenting setup. It is currently at 10% about 3 meters away, shining through a shower curtain, creating a large soft source. One negative with the light is that it does not come with a bag. It's a bit of an awkward shape, and to protect it in transport, you really need a bag. If we find one in the future that fits the light, we'll add it in the description below. You get a lot of light for the price, and that's what it comes down to. At nearly half the price of the Aputure 300D, you're getting a light which is brighter, at the same quality, and has the same flexibility with the bones mount attachments at nearly half the price, which I know I've mentioned, but it's worth seeing again. So who is this light for? It's for people who need a light to replicate the sun, but also for the control to turn one light into many different sources of light. The light holds up and sometimes beats the 300D in some categories, so if you're looking for a cheap alternative to the 300D, you can find a link in the description below to the NiceFoto light. We're going to continue to use this light on our short films and on these episodes, so if you want to find out more about it, consider subscribing if you're not already, and remember, achieve it one shot at a time.